we've been keeping a secret from you guys.
Vehicle
We'll
on
just
the
start
road
over
too.
again. So today we are starting the frame of our...
So Mel's trying to tell you guys this new project we're gonna start.
Yes.
This is our 4th cut. So what are we building, Mel? What are we doing?
Today we're starting the build on our ultralight off-road trailer to be towed specifically behind our side-by-sides.
For a rooftop
For
tent.
a rooftop tent. So as you guys have seen in the past, we've done some backcountry camping, but we find it really hard to load up the side-by-sides and go backcountry because they get squatted down. It is a lot of freaking work to like ratchet strap the cooler and kayaks and all that crap on it. So we've been dreaming up what we think would be the perfect camper to put all of our stuff in, pack it away when it's at home, but then just hook up and then put it on the side-by-sides and go into the backcountry. Obviously, we're gonna make it so if you wanted to, you could tow it with like a Jeep or like an SUV as well, which we will. But the main goal for this rooftop tent trailer is to be towed with a side-by-side. So we're trying to keep it super light. So what we've come up with is a steel chassis, and then all of the rest of it will be aluminum frame and all metal construction.
All aluminum.
All aluminum.
Just the main frame's
Just
gonna
the main
be
frame will
carbon
be steel.
And the reason for that is so that we can have a winch on the back of it
Yes.
if needed to pull the side-by-side
Yes.
backwards. I don't want to stress the aluminum.
Yes, so we're gonna make it as robust as possible throughout the chassis and then keep it as lightweight as possible up top. So we finally came up with a design that we're super pumped on, and today we get to start it. We get to break ground with the frame.
So Mel's gonna cut some steel.
Yeah.
Stay tuned and watch us start building the chassis.
So we just finalized the drawings today, we think, more or less. There'll be tweaks, but this is the first iteration of it.
So Mel's learning lots. We're showing her how to read. These are just very generic, basic blueprints. They don't have every dimension because we have it on the computer. I can go look at anything. But we've got a couple piece parts on here. So they give us dimensions and angles, and then we're gonna take this information onto the raw material and put it on the saw. So Mel's never built anything like this, so it's gonna be fun for her. And as a couple, we get to do it together and be proud of what we built at the end.
Yeah, and you have done a couple aluminum trailers before, so you're...
Built lots of trailers,
Yeah.
roll cages, all that stuff.
Yep.
But our full dream of this is to document it, show you guys at home, and see what you guys think when it's all done, and maybe we'll make a lot of these and sell them. Maybe this will be a hit. I don't know, but we think it's pretty badass.
Yes. What are we starting with, boss?
A bar. We gotta grab that crap, we gotta put it on this thing, and we're gonna cut it.
Wow, looks pretty good for me. I don't use the smart end of the tape measure often. I'm usually on the dumb end.
Look at you just cutting away.
I'm a fabricator.
So Mel's had this great idea to label everything. Look at her go.
Yeah, we're learning what our strong suits are in projects with this, I think. He knows what to do, I know order of operations.
One left.
Last one, look at us go.
And then we gotta cut all the angles.
Yes, that is gonna be all you.
Matt?
Got it all done. And Steve figured out how much it weighed per foot.
It's 4 pounds a foot.
4 pounds a foot, and we had, what, a foot and a half left?
Yeah.
So I think we're estimating it's gonna be
180 pound chassis.
180 pound chassis. Not bad at all.
Might be 5 pounds of weld, so 185.
Yep. Not too shabby. So everything's cut, all the angles are cut. We got it nice and fitted on the chassis table here. Made sure it was all square at the back and everything seems to look about right. So now we're gonna tack her up and, well, Steve's gonna tack her up.
We're gonna build the side rails first.
Yes.
So they're flat. And then stand them up, and do the back 90s, make sure they're true, and work our way forward.
Yeah.
That's the goal, at least.
Yep. And everything fit pretty well for this being our first one. It's not terrible. We had to cut one tube, and then up here it's a little off, but we couldn't get the saw to the right angle. It needs to be a little steeper, so we're gonna have to do that by hand, but we can deal with that when we get there.
Yeah.
So what happened, Steven?
So I was being lazy, and I didn't want to grind all the mill scale off this. Mel wiped the tubes down, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
With TIG welding, you use a ER70 S2 rod, and S2 is the deoxidizers in the rod, and there's very little on an S2. With a MIG machine, you run 70 S6 wire. So if you go and look up all the specs online, you'll see how much more is in an S6 wire. So you can weld over, it's clean, it's not rusty, but it needs the deoxidizers to pull the mill scale up through the weld puddle. Yeah. So this one actually ground down shiny, because we only need to TIG weld a couple of these joints where they're gonna butt up against other joints, so there's not a lot of weld in the way, because I don't want to grind a lot. But clearly I'm gonna have to grind to TIG weld, so I'm like, it doesn't matter, 6 or half a dozen. I either make it quick and grind it down, or clean it and TIG it.
Yeah, and like this looks quite nice, if the camera will pick it up, compared to the first one where it wasn't cleaned. So, I think you're doing it right now. I think you got it.
Got to pay the piper.
Yeah.
Got to grind, no matter what. So now we're gonna stand them up, fit up the 90s, and then square the chassis up for all the rest of the pieces.
Fun. Not bad progress for day one.
Yeah, a couple hours into her.
Yeah.
Well, we've been designing for a while.
Yeah, we spent a couple hours designing it and then a couple hours cutting, and yeah, did pretty decent. Got the lengthways bars done anyways.
Couple hours designing. We've been thinking about this for 2 years.
Yes, but today we spent a couple hours designing, redesigning it.
Yes.
Yes. So it is 9:30 and we're old, so
it's bedtime.
we'll get back to this tomorrow, or another day.
Not tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know.
Several days later.
So we're back, a week later, finally got some more time to work on the trailer.
It's been a week already?
It's been, well, almost 6
Holy
days. It's
crap.
Sunday. We filmed last Monday.
Darn it.
I know, time just gets away from you. But what are we doing now? We're finishing up the frame, kind of. I think we'll get it tacked together today, not fully welded.
No, yeah, we'll tack it all up, make sure it's square.
Yeah, you're doing some prep work,
Yeah.
beveling the edges.
Yeah, so on these bars, you can see I put a bevel on all of these. So if you look in welding code, on Canadian welding code, CWB for structural, if you put a bevel instead of just butting it up, so if it
Like
didn't,
flat to flat.
if it was, yeah, flat plate to a flat, it's not the same strength as if you bevel the joint, even though it's the same weld. So this is gonna over double the strength, but not only that, it allows an area for the weld metal to sit so the weld isn't so pronounced and proud on top of the frame.
Okay, and more like
So-
sinks in.
It more sinks in. So you
Yeah.
get better penetration, you get more weld volume for the same area, so you get more weld strength. So there's a few benefits to doing it. It just takes a lot of time with a grinder to go around every single joint and bevel all the way around all the joints.
Everyone loves better penetration.
Yes. So that's what I'm working on. I'm
Yeah.
almost done. I've been doing it while Mel was getting ready, so we're about ready to fit.
Yeah. So you're using the MIG for this part?
Yeah, the rest of the trailer we're gonna MIG weld on the chassis. A lot of TIG welding on all the aluminum, the rest of the structure. So we're using a Miller 252 in the shop. If you guys are into welding, it's a MIG welder, and we're running 030 wire and 75/25 gas. So that's the setup we're gonna run on this system.
Should work good. There.
Welds down maybe.
That's it.
That's it. We don't even need to weld it. We're just gonna put it together. Tacks a hold.
Yeah, yeah,
It's perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Structural engineer over here. So now most of it's tacked. These guys, like we said, these crossbars are going to be for the axles, so we can't do anything with those until we get the new axles in. But besides that, she's move aroundable.
You can weld some of it.
Yeah,
Put a couple beads down.
it's looking pretty good. Well, got a few welding passes on it. She's looking good, babe.
Yes, thank you. We got to get the axles and the hitch for the tongue and get them tacked on. Make sure everything's straight and true for all the suspension side of things. And then that'll probably be in the next video. For now, we're just going to shut her down until we get more parts. So
Yeah.
if you like what we're doing, follow along. We'll try and make a series out of this and post things as we go to get this built.
Yeah.
Till the next time.
Bye.